Okay.
Wait.
What's the first thing?
The year before I started going with Rae, she went out with me, and then the next day I saw her out with a fellow that I didn't have much respect for. That he had a green Buick. And as soon as I saw this, I said, well, I can't compete with a green Buick. And so I didn't go out with her again, but I did, just before that, I did ask her to go to the women's prison and participate in a service for the inmates of this women's prison. And after that women's prison, Zeke Alford was going to the ball game, and he said, why don't we go out and see the Cardinals play tonight? And so I asked Rae if she'd go along, and we went to see the Cardinals play. And that was kind of the end of that session of
That summer.
going together.
That summer.
That summer. Then the next summer she came back, and at that time she didn't have any boyfriend or anything, so I asked her about going out. And we started going out, and we would eat lunch together, we would eat supper together, and then we would spend a lot of time in the evening visiting with each other.
Playing tennis.
And playing tennis and a number of other things. And finally, about 2 months, almost 2 months later, about 8 weeks later, this was in August, I decided that I wanted to marry her because we had spent a lot of time together and we shared a lot of things, and I knew her and she knew me, and so I decided I wanted to ask her to marry me. And so I put on my blue serge suit and took her to prayer meeting. And she looked at me when I came in with a blue suit on.
You did not have on a suit coat.
It wasn't a serge. It was.
Honey, you had on blue pants, a white dress shirt with a red tie. You didn't have on a jacket.
I didn't have a jacket on. I thought I did.
No, you did not. Summertime.
Yeah, it was summertime. And we went to prayer meeting, and after prayer meeting, I started trying to get my nerve up. And I said, let's go for a walk. And we went down the street in front of church and got down.
What church was it? St. Matthew's?
Hill.
Crescent Hill.
And we walked down to the road that went over to the,
Lexington Road.
what's the name of it?
Well, there was Grinstead Drive and
Grinstead
there's
Drive,
Lexington
And then we
Road.
walked back, and when we got to the chapel there, started talking to her about our situation. I said, we couldn't get married if we wanted to, right? And what was it you said?
What are the obstacles?
Yeah, she said, what are the obstacles?
And then I answered my own question. I said, finances and education.
Yeah, and I said, that's part of it. And
So we
but
dropped.
anyway, we went on around in front of the women's dorm over there and sat down in the grass and started talking. And I turned to her and said, well, what do you think about us? And she said, well, what do you mean, what do I think about us? I said, do you think we could get married? And she said, well, Jim, you haven't even told me you love me. I said, I wouldn't ask you to marry me if I didn't love you.
You said, oh, do I have to go through with all that?
I did say, do I have to go through all that old mush? I did say that. And we sat there and talked about it for a while. And she went on, I kissed her goodnight, went over to the to the Fuller Hall and kissed her goodnight and went home. And you told Rae told your mother that night, didn't you? And her mother said, Rae, you and Jim, stop that foolishness, go on to bed.
Well, she wasn't including you there. It was
Yeah.
just Rae, you stop that foolishness and go on to bed.
And the next morning, I was working in dining hall, and she came to work, but she came normally at about 8 or 8:30, but she waited till 9 o'clock to come in. But Mr. Lim had asked me to do something in the dining hall, and so I was still in the dining hall when she came, and she was very surprised to see me there. And I said, "Did Ray tell you anything last night?" She looked at me and said, "Yeah, but I don't believe it. I think you're just..." And she said, "She can't cook. She
She didn't tell you that then.
She didn't tell me
She
that.
told you
but
that on other occasions.
She low-rated Ray. And
Just a
said,
doctor bill.
Ray was an outside. She's a doctor's bill. And she just gave me the lowdown, you know. I said, "Well, we're going to get married," and she really didn't believe it. She really didn't believe it. Not many other people believed it either, did
Yeah, thought we were just joking,
they? They thought we were pulling a big joke,
but we weren't.
but we had to go through with it because we
To convince them.
to convince.
Oh my goodness.
That's it.
That's it, huh?
Tell her about our wedding night, honey.
I don't remember our wedding night.
What about your cold feet?
Oh, I did get a special thing for that wedding night. I saw
Red
outing,
and white. It was red and white stripes.
red and white stripe with
Nightgown for him.
nightgown with footprints all over it,
Black feet.
and it was
Small black feet.
it was for people with cold feet.
That was the tag in the back of it.
And she didn't know about this, and so on our wedding night, after Elsie and Daddy Earl had gone, left, I pulled that thing out and put it on, and I don't remember what you said, but it was classic.
Too. You. I had gone in the bathroom to get ready for bed, and when I came out and he had this thing on, I just started laughing at him, and he said, "Well, look at the tag." And I looked at the tag, and it said "cold feet." And I said, "Jim, you are a perfect ass." And he said, "Oh, honey, nobody's perfect." Now, wasn't that right?
That's true.
That's the way it
That's
went.
the way it was.
That's the way it was.
Yes,
And where did you honeymoon?
Fuller Hall, Louisville, Kentucky, on the seminary campus. And then after...
And then after we got married, they asked Ray and I to be dorm parents in the
Leo
house.
Christman's home.
Christmas home
Mm-hmm.
for what was 6 girls,
About that many.
6 or 8.
I think
forgot
it was
what
6.
it was.
I don't believe it was 6.
But anyway, they didn't bother us. We didn't bother.
That's right. And the thing I remember most about there was the grapefruit knife.
Tell the grapefruit knife story.
Well, there was a cabinet, and the drawers in the cabinet didn't push in smoothly, and so this is supposed to be Daddy talking.
Go ahead.
And so there was this one knife that I got out, and it was bent, and I figured I had bent it in trying to open or close. We'll have to just cancel that one.